what's happened since your bill went into effect?
Okay, the baby box bill, my very first bill that was so special to me. And the human trafficking is another one that's very special to me, but the baby box bill, and that, of course, as you know, was when a mother lovingly says she can't care for her baby, and so she takes the next step. Again, this is something that Governor Ivey was very supportive in and passed unanimously in the House and the Senate. And they have been, the first baby box was installed in Madison, Alabama. The second one was in Prattville. Well, when the baby box was installed in Madison, I was in a caucus meeting, so I did not get to attend. But the day after, I was able to attend the one in Prattville. It was so emotional. When I saw the outside, it was like, okay, it's just like the pictures. But when I went inside and saw that baby box, and the little hat, and the little blanket, and everything just like you were bringing one home from the hospital, it was so emotional to me, and I had to speak afterwards. I was just so thankful I could speak without just standing up there blubbering and crying. It was more emotional than I guess I had anticipated. And then a few days later, I mean, it was not long, the first baby was placed in a box, and now the second baby has been placed in a box. And so it just makes me incredibly proud of what the delegation has done in the House and the Senate to support these baby boxes and to have them in place. You know, Alabama is a pro-life state, and I thought, well, we need to really show that we are. We need a next step. Because sometimes the mother, for whatever reason, just can't keep the baby and raise the baby. But she loves the baby enough to put it in loving arms and, you know, in a caring environment, and that's what's happening. It's working just as it was designed to do, and I am ever so thankful for that, because these are babies that I don't know what would have happened to them, but it just does my heart good to know that these babies were placed in a box and immediately, you know, procedure was followed, and so they're safe and they will be in loving arms. And I just don't see where I could ask for more than that. It's so amazing to me. You know, you pass these bills and you think, well, I wonder who that helped, what was done, was it, you know, is it something that was really needed? Well, this bill truly was something that it's working, it was needed, and it will continue to be needed. So the boxes have already been delivered for Gadsden, Tuscaloosa, Opelika, and Dothan. We're just waiting for those to be installed. We will have one in Foley. Waiting on that, we'll have 3 in Mobile. And Mobile is ready, Foley is ready. You know, we can't get these boxes in fast enough and get them installed fast enough. And I have so many other people, even House members, contacting me because they want boxes for their area. And some have raised funds because we had a private donor with just the most amazing person you would ever want to meet. So we had a private donor that paid for these first boxes. And now other communities are raising money because they want to do additional boxes. They want to have boxes in their community. And all it takes is a fire station that's open 24/7. And the fire chief, the fire department, the mayor being willing to have it in their city. And so far, we have just been so blessed with that. Everybody is on board. They want it. They want one in their city. And they want additional in their city because they know of the lives this will save.
I didn't realize that 3 were coming to Mobile, which is huge.
Yes.
So do you know the time frame on that? Because I know it takes time to work out those details.
Well, I don't. As soon as the boxes come in, then they will be installed. You know, it takes a little bit of time to get these boxes in, and they're coming in increments. And so Mobile was on the list for 1. Foley was not on the list at all. But Mobile has sensed that, you know, we want 3, we'll raise the funds, we'll do whatever, but we want 3 in the city. And I'm very thankful for that because, you know, some may not be able to travel to get a box, to utilize a box. And so I'm thankful that they're so on board with this, and everyone just seems like it's the the thing to do for their city for these young girls.
It's exciting. It'll be exciting to see more boxes hopefully pop up across the state as time goes on.
Yes, I think so, because everyone really, they see them working.
Good. And where's the funding coming for like the fully boxed mobile baby boxes?
It's coming through the Kids to Love, the private donor that they got, and then the Safe Haven baby box is the boxes. So it's the private donor, and then the fire department in Mobile, the firemen were willing to, and the Catholic churches and some of the other churches were willing to raise funds to get the additional boxes.
That's amazing. That's incredible. That's exciting. That makes me excited. I didn't realize that we had that many coming eventually.
Yes, and I had one of my fellow legislators from the north end of the state could not get one at her fire department, but she wanted it inside or outside of the hospital there that is close to a university, and so they were able to get one. So it can be a hospital, but we utilized fire departments because there already was a bill in place where you took the baby inside the hospital. But the downside to that was they knew who the mother was, the name, and so forth. So this baby boxes at the fire station or outside the hospital is totally anonymous. No one knows who the mother is, the address, or anything. And that's not important. The important thing is she loved the baby enough to put it in a safe place. And the important thing is this baby will be loved, will be adopted, and will have a wonderful life.
That's amazing. So from there, that baby is probably taken to the hospital and then possibly put in foster care, correct?
Yes, they take the baby to the hospital. That's standard procedure. They contact DHR, then take the baby to the hospital, and DHR steps in from there. And so it's a wonderful thing, and it's something that you see working immediately. So I'm very excited about this. For the young mothers, it saves them from being charged with manslaughter or making a decision that they'll regret for the rest of their lives. And it puts the baby in a loving environment and where the baby can be adopted. Now the mother can come back and say, I had postpartum depression, I want my baby back. Well, they'll do a background check. They will do a drug and alcohol testing. You're not going to just hand a baby over. Have to prove that that is actually their baby, and the baby would be in a safe environment going back home. So there's a procedure there, a step to help protect the mother as well.